QuickBooks has so many great features, but I'm going to show you one of my favorites today. My name is Heather Hathcock, and I'm with Oh My Solutions. We love to help business owners, fellow CPAs, bookkeepers, and really anybody trying to get their financials organized. So let's dive in to how to connect your bank account directly into QuickBooks. That way it feeds in every single day, and you can get real-time data as soon as you accept your banking. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect a bank account to either an already existing QuickBooks file or a brand new QuickBooks file. All right, so let's start by connecting a bank account to a brand new QuickBooks file. Over here on the left-hand side under Transactions, you'll select Bank Transactions, and it'll bring you a screen where you can connect automatically. So let's go ahead and connect the account. And now we're just going to follow our prompts all the way through to connect our bank account. In this case, it's Chase. And this is telling you you're going to go log into your bank and then it'll come back to QuickBooks Online next. So we'll click continue. It's going to ask you for whatever your bank credentials are. So we'll go ahead and we'll type it in. If you've logged in the past, it might pre-fill it for you. So in this case, mine's pre-filled. We'll go ahead and sign in. And it may or may not ask you for a code depending on your bank and depending on if you've logged in on this computer before. And then the screen pops up. It'll tell you what's happening. Your bank is sharing it with Intuit, which Intuit is then sharing it with QuickBooks. All right, we'll click next. And then it'll tell you what exactly is it sharing. Now, for the most part, every bank is going to share the account number, the activity, the contact info, any balances. Statements is on a bank-to-bank basis. Chase recently allowed statements to pull through, so you can access your statements directly inside of QuickBooks. Depending on the bank or the credit union, they may or may not allow that. So in that case, you would want to pull the statements from your client. But with Chase, it is automatically going to be inside of QuickBooks for me to easily pull and get my month-end balance, which makes it amazing. All right, so we're going to click next. So now it'll give you a list of all the accounts that you can share with QuickBooks from that login. Now, the reason you want to review this is because with some bank logins, you're going to have your personal bank accounts and you'll have your business bank accounts. You only want to attach your business bank accounts to your business QuickBooks file. So in this case, I'm going to check my business checking account. And then down here, it's also going to tell you any other accounts for any other QuickBooks files that you're sharing with Intuit, just so you know all the accounts that are happening. All right, once I select that, I'm going to click next. So now it's telling you these are the accounts that you are choosing to share with QuickBooks. All right, I'm good with that. Let's connect my account. Now QuickBooks is doing its magic. It is trying to connect. So now it's going to ask you which account do you actually want to connect to this QuickBooks file from all the accounts that you're sharing with QuickBooks Online. Now we only want to do our business checking account from the ones that I'm sharing. So I'm going to select that, and then it's going to ask you what kind of account is it. So I'm going to say it is a checking account. Then it's going to say what date do you want to connect it to. Depending on when you started the account, you can go back to that date, or you can go back to the beginning of the year. You can do today's date, whichever date makes sense for you. Now, I will say some banks will only go back 90 days. And if that's the case and you need to bring in more detail, you can upload it manually, which I will post a video on that later. So let's just go ahead and say we'll do it as of 1/1/2024. And I'm going to click connect. So now it's pulling all the activity that's happened from 1/1/2024 until today. It's bringing your money in and all the money out. And then it's going to tell you that QuickBooks is going to learn your moves and try to connect and accept items for you automatically. So in this case, we'll just say remind me later. And now your account is connected. If you go back to the transactions and bank transactions, you will see your account is here with all the activity that you need to accept. And then after you're done accepting all of it, you can then reconcile your account. The other piece of this video is if you want to link an account to a QuickBooks file that already has some bank accounts attached to it, you would follow that same exact step of the transactions and bank transactions. And when you're on this screen, you would click the button that says link account, and you will follow all the processes all the way through. And one last piece that I want to show you is if you don't like the naming of the account that it gave you, you can hit this pencil and do edit account info. And when that comes through, you can name it to however you want. If you want to call it maybe your Chase checking ending in 5555. Once you save that, it'll bring it up here as the name so you know which account is which, either which bank account or which credit card. And it's very helpful if you have maybe two partners with two different credit cards. You can name the cards by their name instead of their number, since you probably would realize that much more than you realize what 4 digits they had. I hope you liked the video. If you have any additional questions, feel free to message us or shoot us a comment down below. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time for tips and tricks on QuickBooks Online.